100 for 100, the podcast where we take 100 films that I would impress upon newer, maybe younger film watchers to sit down and check out as to help shape and mold their tastes and what they like in film. I took those 100 movies, I ranked them from 100 to 1 to make my life as difficult as possible, and then I gave each one a 100-word review. Yesterday, we did number 72. We talked about Goldfinger, man. These are coming out one a day for the first 100 days of 2020. If you haven't checked out Goldfinger, make sure you do. It's one of the better Sean Connery, James Bond joints, Operation Grand Slam. But today, we're talking about number 71 on this list, man. We're in the 70s, man. We're in the low 70s now. Number 71 is Thelma and Louise, 1991 joint, directed by Ridley Scott, which always surprises me that he directed this movie. But he did, directed by Ridley Scott, Thelma and Louise. So let's get into this 100-word review of Thelma and Louise, shall we? A surprise turn for moody, atmospheric director Ridley Scott, Thelma and Louise is a bright, expansive look at America through the eyes of our titular characters. With stellar performances from Geena Davis and Susan Sarandon, and the film that put Brad Pitt on radars, the film centers around two women who decide to take their lives into their own hands while being pursued by Detective Slocum, Harvey Keitel. While Louise remains calculating and coldly logical throughout, Thelma undergoes a liberating loss of innocence and timidity with a powerful ending at the Grand Canyon that remains one of Hollywood's most memorable. This is another movie that I came incredibly far too late to. I really like Thelma and Louise. And the main reason I dig this movie, I think this movie rests 98% on the performances of Geena Davis and Susan Sarandon as Thelma and Louise. Their relationship, how the nature of their relationship changes throughout. The fact that Susan Sarandon is just trying her hardest to wisen up Geena Davis's character, just to life in general, is to break her out of that timid shell that I suspect Susan Sarandon knows she has right there. Thelma has to. She's what is it? She's like caterpillar to butterfly in this movie, because where she starts and where she ends is completely different. That's another reason why I like the movie. I like having a movie where you have more than one character or two main characters, while one just kind of goes through and stays while another has a radical change. I love seeing that in film, because that's just how people in life are. Some people just stay the same, and some people just have a lot of shit that just completely upends their life. And, we see here that, there's the dude about to rape Thelma out in the parking lot, and Louise, they wasn't having that shit, and that dude had to get clapped out. And then that tumbles down their entire journey of, you could turn yourself into the cops, but then you're just screwed. And it's for something that generally had nothing to, not going to say it had nothing to do with, but it's a situation that you shouldn't have been in the first place. Let me put it that way. It's something that's very undesirable, that you didn't need to be in that situation, and then you had to just deal your best to get out of it. And then they're on the run for the rest of the movie. And you got Brad Pitt showing up with his abs all out, just being all Brad Pittish, with his boyish Brad Pitt charms and his stupid, good-looking Brad Pitt face. And then it's going to see Michael Madsen getting some work outside of a Quentin Tarantino role, in a very limited role as Louise's husband, I do believe. Husband or boyfriend? Boyfriend. Yeah, as Louise's boyfriend. And he's not the greatest dude. And that it's a movie. The one thing I like about it is a movie about two strong women that's not like, hey, we're a movie about two strong women. They just happen to be that. By the end, I'll say. It takes Thelma a little while to get there. But it's women being strong. Unfortunately, making mistakes along their way in their journey or in their run from the cops. Looking at you, Thelma. Let Brad Pitt get all that money. But yeah, it's a movie that's very strong in its feminism without pushing that in your face. That's what I love about this film. Ridley Scott does a great job directing it. We give great open, like I said in my review, expansive look at America as they drive through it. And Ridley Scott makes great use of just the great American planes and the backgrounds and a lot of good, nice long shots. And he just lets the atmosphere breathe. In a complete 180 from Alien, which we may or may not get to somewhere down the road, Alien feels very claustrophobic, man. They're all in very tight spaces. They're crawling around a lot of vents. They're on a spaceship. It's a sealed, pressurized metal container. One step outside and your day is over. Whereas a couple years later, he does this Thelma and Louise. Everything's very open, very breezy, very airy. It shows that Ridley Scott is comfortable playing in both scenarios, in both situations, in both settings. If you have never seen Thelma and Louise, do yourself a favor. Get right. And check out number 71 on our list, Thelma and Louise.